My name is Benjamin Shute, and I run Hardy Roots Community Farm in Tivoli, New York with Miriam Latzer. The two of us run the farm full-time year-round, and we'll have 5 other folks working with us this year too. There was never a moment where I knew I wanted to farm. I kind of got into it pretty slowly. I was real interested in these food issues because they're fascinating and they're really important right now. And I was working on these issues and realized I don't know anything about how food is grown at all. And it was just so fascinating. There was all these different things going on. Biology and the biodiversity, all the different crops that were there. And I told myself, all right, I'm going to work one full season because then I'll have the complete picture of how this works from beginning of season to end of season. Once I realized that there was opportunities to rent some land and to be doing this on your own and make it work, thanks to people wanting to start CSAs and things like that, I realized that's what I wanted to be doing. It works out really well for me and I really enjoy doing it. There's all this demand for fresh, healthy food in New York City and around this area. It's not happening. And I realized, well, if I go do this, I'll be making it happen. I'll be, creating value, turning sun and soil and air into food. It feels like honest work and productive work. And it's really fun to work with friends too. And so I found Miriam Latzer, who currently runs the farm with me as an equal partner. We rented a whole new 20-acre parcel of land down the road that had really great vegetable soils, and bought some other equipment with the CSA money we got. And so this year we're up to 310 memberships, and we're doing a CSA site here in Tivoli on our farm and across in Woodstock, New York, and then we go down to New York City once a week on Saturday, and we deliver to 3 different neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Friends of ours, Casey and Owen, who are now with the other half of their time starting their own livestock operation, awesome farm on the same piece of land that we're on, and so it's great. It's been really successful and it's grown at a really fun and comfortable pace. So far we've kept it enjoyable for us and really successful for our members. I think people have been really happy with the shares. CSA is the reason why we were able to start the farm. Community-supported agriculture is a method of creating a relationship between the farmer and the people who eat the farmer's food. The way it usually works in practice is a family or a household will purchase a share in the harvest of the farm for the season. In our case, a family spends between $400 and $500 for the season to invest in the farm. We take that money and we use it to buy seeds, to buy any equipment we might need for the year and other supplies, and then we grow every kind of vegetable that we can in this climate in the Northeast. We start growing right around now. This is end of March. And then we have produce in the first week of June. Through the end of October, or sometimes into November and December, we have just a huge bounty and variety of produce that changes with the seasons. The reward for our members who have invested in the farm and bought their share of the harvest is that every week throughout the season, they get 8 to 12 different types of vegetables per week. It's a lot of leafy greens in the spring and vegetables like squash and tomatoes and eggplants and things like that in the summer, and hardier things in the fall, the roots and the squashes and the cabbages. And every week they pick up the variety of whatever's in season for that week. And people have to kind of be okay with eating with the seasons. For people who are into that, they love it. It's great. It introduces people to new kinds of vegetables. It's the freshest possible produce that you can get because we pretty much always either pick it the same day or the day before. So it works really well. People really enjoy it. There's also a lot of sense of community around the CSA. People come with their kids, and again, that's one of the really nice things about CSA too, is that there's a strong personal connection that we have with our members, and people know exactly where their food's coming from, how it's being grown, and where their food dollars are going. We've had really good luck retaining members from season to season. Our members really like to have basically garden fresh food. We try to give a little bit of choice from week to week, but for the most part, you're taking what we harvested. That can be really fun. I think a lot of members really get a kick out of it. It's interesting, we have a member, she's in her 80s. She doesn't really get why people join the CSA actually, because she says, well, I don't understand why people aren't just growing their own gardens. Like, I guess people can't be bothered to have a garden anymore. She really gets it. She knows how important it is to have fresh, healthy food. So it's really nice to be able to provide that for her and to have her wisdom as she's telling us about how she has done things in the past. Lots of people appreciate being members for lots of different reasons. One of the reasons that our customers don't worry about the fact that we don't have the organic stamp on our produce is because they know us and they know that we care a lot about how we're growing this stuff. So they don't need the USDA, a third party, to intermediate that relationship. One of the nice things about the CSA system and the diversification of that model is that built into that is some sort of benefits of natural processes. You don't see too many bugs getting out of control when we're rotating crops and we have a lot of diversification. We have some tomatoes next to some carrots, next to some basil, and maybe there's different predatory insects that are hitting each one a little bit, but they're not getting out of control. Our systems really mimic nature in keeping a balance on things, which is really nice. And that includes down at the soil level. The different types of microorganisms we have working for us in our soil is a huge benefit to the fertility of our plants. We use all natural fertility methods. We try and keep our organic matter in our soil high by using cover crops. It makes sense for the health of the plants because when you do that, you're getting a much more balanced nutrient system for your plants. It works for us really well that we're doing things in natural and environmentally friendly ways because it gives back to us in our organic system. We like to have our members come out to the farm to make that connection to see how their food's being grown. We have our onion transplanting party, 50,000 little tiny onion seedlings. It really helps when our members come out and give us a hand with that because it's a lot of little onions. So we invite people up on a weekend in early May to do that. Another good kind of group activity happens in late July, and that's when we are harvesting our garlic crop. Garlic is another thing that's already in the ground, even at this early stage, because you plant it in the fall. They're ready in late July, so we like to invite our members out, pull them out of the ground, and then we string them up to dry out in the barn. It's a pretty satisfying activity and good for kids, and so that's a great time to get a whole bunch of people out to help. People sometimes when they think about CSA get a little nervous about how it works because they say, oh, I'm sharing in the risk with the farmer, what if the crops totally fail? And the benefits to the farmer and to the members so far outweigh that, freshness and of a better value and of making personal connections to your food. That's really what people are mostly sharing. The CSA model really helps us to focus our attention on growing the food and taking care of the land. Doing what I really like to do with great friends is like the best of every world.